The small loop. The field pattern of a small circular loop of radius a may be determined very simply by considering square loop of the same area, that is d square is equal to pi a square, where d is equal to side length of square loop. It is assumed that the loop dimensions are small compared to the wavelength. The far field patterns of circular and square loops of the same area are the same when the loops are small but different when they are large in terms of the wavelength. If the loop is oriented as in figure, its far electric field has only an E phi component. A cross section through the loop in the YZ plane is presented in figure. Since the individual small dipoles 2 and 4 are non-directional in the YZ plane, the field pattern of the loop in the plane is E phi is equal to minus electric field into the face plus field of dipole and face is e to the power minus j xi by 2, where E phi naught is electric field from individual dipole, where xi is equal to 2 pi d by lambda into sin theta, which is equal to dr sin theta. Equation 1 becomes E phi is equal to E phi naught, keep outside, minus e to the power j xi by 2 plus e to the power minus j xi by 2. It can be written as minus 2j E phi naught sin of xi by 2. Therefore, E phi is equal to minus 2j E phi naught sin of dr by 2 into sin theta. Equation 2. The factor j in equation 2 indicates that the total field E phi is in phase quadrature with the field E phi naught of the individual dipole. If d is very much less than lambda, equation 2 can be written as E phi is equal to minus j E phi naught dr sin theta. The angle theta in equation 3 is a different angle with respect to the dipole. Thus, we have far field E phi naught of the individual dipole is j 60 pi IL divided by r lambda, where I is retarded current on the dipole and r is the distance from the dipole. Substituting equation 4 in equation 3, substitute equation 4 in equation 3, it gives E phi is equal to 60 pi I L dr sin theta divided by r lambda. The length L of the short dipole is the same as d of the loop, that is L equal to d, and we know that dr is equal to 2 pi d by lambda, and the A or area of the loop is d square. Then equation 5 becomes, for a small loop, E phi is equal to 120 pi square I sin theta divided by r into A divided by lambda square. The other component of the far field of the loop is h theta, which is obtained from equation 6 by dividing by the intrinsic impedance of the medium. In this case, it's a free space. Thus, h theta is equal to E phi divided by 120 pi, which is equal to pi I sin theta divided by r A by lambda square. 6 and 7 are the fields of the small loop. Comparison of far fields of small loop and the short dipole we can observe in the table. The presence of the operator J in the dipole expressions and its absence in the loop equations indicate that the fields of the electric dipole and of the loop are in time phase quadrature, the current I being in the same phase in both the dipole and loop. The formulas are good approximations for loops up to lambda by 10 in diameter and dipoles up to lambda by 10 long. The loop antenna general case. Consider loop of radius A be located with its center at the origin of the coordinates as in figure. Although this condition is radially obtained when the loop is small, it is not a natural condition for large loops energized at a point. Assuming that the current is uniform and in phase, the far field expressions will be derived with the aid of the vector potential of the electric current. The vector potential will first be developed for a pair of short, diametrically opposed electric dipoles of length A d phi. Since the current is confined to the loop, the only component of the vector potential having a value of A phi the other components are 0. That means A theta is equal to AR, which is equal to 0. The smallest value at the point P of the phi component of A from two diametrically opposed dipoles is dA phi, which is equal to mu dm divided by 4 pi r, where dm is current movement due to one pair of diametrically opposed dipoles of length A d phi. In the phi is equal to 0 plane, in the phi is equal to 0 plane, the phi component of the retarded current moment due to one dipole is I A d phi cos phi, where I is I naught e to the power j omega t minus r by c, and I naught is the peak current in time on the loop. The resultant moment dm at a large distance due to a pair of diametrically opposed dipole is 2 j I a d phi cos phi sin xi by 2, where xi is equal to 2 beta a cos phi sin theta in radians. Substitute equation xi into equation 3, we get dm equal to 2j I a cos phi sin of beta a cos phi sin theta d phi. Now substitute equation 4 in equation 1 and integrating, we get a phi is equal to j mu I into a divided by 2 pi r, integration 0 to pi sin of beta a cos phi sin theta cos phi d phi. Or the same equation can be written as a phi is equal to j mu I into a divided by 2r j1 of beta a sin theta, where j1 is a Bessel function of the first order and of argument ba sin theta. The far electric field of the loop has only a phi component given by E phi is equal to minus j omega a phi. Substituting the value of a phi, substitute the value of a phi from equation 6 into equation 7 is E phi is equal to mu omega I into a divided by 2r j1 of beta a sin theta, or E phi is equal to 60 pi beta a into I divided by r j1 of beta a sin theta. The magnetic field H theta at a large distance is related to E phi by the intrinsic impedance of the medium, and the medium is free space. Thus H theta is equal to beta A into I divided by 2r J1 of beta A sin theta. So E phi and H theta are the fields of loop for far field. Far field patterns of circular loop antennas with uniform current. For a loop of a given size, beta A is constant and the shape of the far field pattern is given as a function of theta by J1 of C lambda sin theta, where C suffix lambda is the circumference of the loop in wavelength, which is given by C lambda is equal to beta A. The value of sin theta as a function of theta ranges between 0 and unity. When theta is equal to 90 degree, the relative field is J1 of C lambda, and as theta decreases to 0, the values of the relative field vary in accordance with the J1 curve from J1 of C lambda to 0. The small loop special case. For small arguments of the first order Bessel function, some of the relations can be used, and that first one is Jn of x is equal to x by 2, where x is any variable when x equal to 1 by 3, then J1 of x is about 1% error. The relation becomes exact as x approaches 0. Thus, if the perimeter of the loop is lambda by 3 or less, which is C lambda is less than 1 by 3, then electric field in phi direction is 60 pi beta A into I sin theta divided by 2r, which is equal to 120 pi square into I sin theta divided by r into A by lambda square into beta A, which is equal to E phi, and we know that H theta is equal to E phi divided by 120 pi. Therefore, we can say H theta is equal to beta A I beta a sin theta divided by 4r. Therefore h theta is equal to pi into I sin theta divided by r into a by lambda square for far fields. Since beta equal to 2 pi by lambda and a is equal to a square. Radiation resistance of loop. The average Poynting vector SR is equal to half into square of magnetic field into intrinsic impedance. The magnetic field is equal to beta A I J1 of beta A sin theta divided by 2r. Therefore, Poynting vector is equal to 15. I have written directly. First, we'll substitute here half h beta a I naught square divided by 2r square j1 square of beta a sin theta into 120 pi, which is equal to 15 pi beta a I naught square divided by r square into jn square of beta a sin theta, equation 2. This equation 1. The total power is the integral of Poynting vector over a large sphere, which is equal to 15 pi beta a I naught square divided by r square theta 0 to pi and phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi j1 square of beta a sin theta ds is r square sin theta d theta d phi. Therefore, radiated power P is equal to 15 pi beta a I naught square into phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi d phi and theta is equal to 0 to pi integration of j1 square of beta a sin theta into sin theta d theta. Therefore, P is equal to 15 pi beta a I naught square into 2 pi integration of j1 square beta a sin theta into d theta for a limit theta equal to 0 to pi. Therefore, P equal to 30 pi square beta a I naught square theta equal to 0 to pi J1 square beta A sin theta d theta. In the case of loop that is small in terms of wavelengths, the approximation of J1 of x is equal to x by 2. Therefore, J1 square of x is equal to x square by 2. So, J1 square of beta A sin theta is equal to beta A sin theta divided by 2, beta A square of beta A sin theta divided by 2. When I substitute this in equation 4, radiated power P is equal to 15 pi square, or else I'll write the fourth equation, that is 30 pi square beta A I naught square. J square of beta A sin theta is beta A square, integration theta is 0 to pi sin square theta divided by 4 into sin theta d theta. Therefore, P is equal to 15 pi square divided by 2 beta A to the power 4 I naught square, integration theta is integration of sin cube theta d theta for a limit theta is 0 to pi. So, radiated power P is equal to 15 by 2 pi square beta A to the power 4 I naught square theta equal to 0 to pi sin cube theta is equal to 3 sin theta minus sin 3 theta divided by 4 into d theta. So if when I solve this, sin cube theta for a limit 0 to pi, theta minus sin 3 theta divided by 4 d theta, which is equal to 1 by 4 3 sin theta minus 3 cos theta plus cos 3 theta divided by 3 0 to pi, so which is equal to 1 by 4 minus 3 cos pi plus cos 3 pi by 3 plus 3 cos 0 minus cos 0 by 3. Therefore, 1 by 4 minus 3 minus 1 by 3 plus 3 minus 1 by 3, so which is equal to 4 by 3. Therefore, radiated power P is equal to 15 by 2 pi square beta A to the power 4 I naught square into 4 by 3. Therefore, radiated power P is equal to 10 pi square beta to the power 4 A to the power 4 I naught square. We know that A is equal to pi A square. Therefore, P is equal to 10 beta to the power 4 A square I naught square. Equation 5. The power is equated to the square of the effective current on the loop times the radiation resistance, then it's given by I naught square by 2 into RR. Equate equation 5 and 6. Radiated power 10 b to the power 4 a to the power a square I naught square, which is equal to I naught square by 2 into RR. From this you will get the radiation resistance is equal to 10 20 b to the power 4 and a square. We know that beta is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Therefore, radiation resistance is equal to 20 b to the power 4 into a square, which is equal to 20 2 pi divided by lambda power 4 into a square. Therefore, radiation resistance is equal to 31,171 A by lambda square whole square in ohm, which is approximately equal to 31,200 A by lambda square whole square in ohm. The radiation resistance of a small loop consisting of one or more turns is given by 31,200 and n into A divided by lambda square in ohm, where n is equal to number of turns. Now, to find out the radiation resistance for a large loop, radiation resistance of large loop, consider the approximation, that is integration 0 to 2 c lambda into j2 of y dy is equal to 1. For a large loop, that is c lambda is greater than or equal to 5. Then radiation resistance is equal to 60 pi square c lambda. Or the same thing we can write 60 pi square c lambda is nothing but beta A. So we know that beta is 2 pi by lambda. So 592 into 2 pi by lambda into A. Therefore, radiation resistance is equal to 3720 A by lambda. For a large loop. Directivity of circular loop antennas with uniform current. The directivity of loop D is equal to 2 c lambda j1 square c lambda into sin theta maximum divided by 0 to 2 c lambda j2 of y dy. For a small loop, that is c lambda is less than 1 by 3, then directivity is equal to 3 by 2 the the value of 3 by 2 is the same as for a short dipole. For a large loop, that is C lambda is greater than 5, then directivity is equal to 2 C lambda J1 square of C lambda into sin theta. The maximum value of J1 of C lambda sin theta is 0.582. Therefore, when C lambda is greater than or equal to 2, directivity is 0.68 C lambda.